I'm Dick Strawbridge, and along with my wife Angel and our 2 children, we left the UK for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've gradually been making it into our home as well as running it as a business.
That's still a long way up.
But it turns out we're not alone, as dozens of Brits are doing exactly the same thing.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to think, I own that.
In this series, Angel and I will reveal more about our journey as chateau owners.
Quite a lot of scrap here, it's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
And guide these daring Brits where we can.
It's a solid old bridge, matey.
As they renovate.
This is looking good, I'm quite happy with this.
Repair.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right.
And struggle to transform these buildings into their homes and businesses.
Go, 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 go. Absolutely magnificent.
This is the glamorous chateau life that everyone thinks I need. Trying to avoid getting my face near the toilets.
This is not the way to make money.
But however hard the going gets, these plucky Brits can always say they're kings and queens of their very own castles.
Cheers. Chin chin.
Today,
Hi, guys.
2 rookie chateau managers struggle with their sales pitch.
It's a lot worse than it looks. I'm going to turn that into a bar.
OK.
And each other.
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
It'll bother me.
A couple make some unexpected discoveries at their chateau in the Loire Valley.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Some surprising.
Mother load!
Others rather worrying.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
And as one couple start the search for their fairy tale chateau...
Oh, stunning. Beauty et le beast.
This room, it just makes me want a 12.
Angel and I give them some invaluable advice.
Are you serious? You're buying a chateau?
Walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it.
I'm Dick Strawbridge, engineer and former lieutenant colonel in the British Army. With my wife Angela, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
But what people don't realise is the hard work starts before you even get the keys.
What do you think, Abernathy? Gonna go find a chateau?
Meet chateau shoppers Johnny and his American-born partner, Ashley. He's an artist, she's a television producer, and they want to buy their very own castle.
The dream for both of us is to find a chateau, something that's got, obviously, history. A lot of them are in the ruined state. We're talking no roofs, walls that are falling down. And the beautiful thing in France, there's so many properties like that out there.
Yeah, we're just so excited about it. And then to just bring it back to life, I think that's the most exciting part.
After meeting a year ago, they set up home near Montpellier in the south of France, in a small townhouse in the medieval town of Pézenas.
Just to live amongst history is such a dream. In America, you don't get buildings that old, ever. It's just so exciting.
Artist Johnny has his own gallery and workshop here.
It's actually a famous town for artisans. That's one of the reasons that we picked to live here.
He's got hundreds of pieces of artwork taking up space in his gallery and their small home. Plus, they share an addiction.
Our passion is antiquing.
We're kind of like magpies. So this, for instance, is just probably 1% of a glimmer of her personality, right? Things that were collected all the way around France.
So they're taking the plunge and buying something big. Very big.
So we've done the math, and I think we come out with E equals MC chateau. Right?
They're also hoping their chateau will provide them with a whole new business.
We want to be able to have a gallery and a big workshop, but also in the future a cafe. So the more space, the better.
Yeah.
But before they start the search for their dream home, they've asked me and Angel for some advice. Ashley's jetted off to the States for work, but Johnny's driven from the south of France to meet us at our place.
Oh, my God. Well, first impression, hey? Oh, this is awesome. Actually, I really wish that we'd found this one before Dick and Angel. They have got a beauty here, they really have.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing, fella? How's
Hi,
the
Dick.
journey?
It was long. Lovely to meet you.
Good to see you, mate.
I'm lost for words. Honestly, I really am.
We actually searched long and hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a matter of just sort of turning up, finding a chateau and moving in.
Yeah.
Do you know how big you're looking for?
Well, the bigger the better. I mean, who doesn't want a big French chateau? Okay.
This is small. This is classed as small chateau. Let's go see Angela. Let's go meet Angela.
Should we do that? Thank you.
Hey, gorgeous!
Oh, wow. Hello. Hello, darling. Nice to meet you.
If we're going to give Johnny a few pointers on buying a chateau, we need to know a bit more about what he and Ashley are after.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
So, are you serious? You're buying a chateau? You're that stupid? Have you thought about this?
For us, a chateau, it's the beauty of the old stone, the architecture, it's the history that goes into it, you know, the worn floors that servants have walked over for generations and generations, serving their masters or the family above, and just being part of that and feeling it, you know?
He is that stupid.
Yeah.
How long have you been together now?
Just over a year, actually.
I think that the commitment is absolutely huge. If you've got the same values, you'll get through it. And we work our socks off, don't we? Building what we've got for the children and what have you. And when you've got that dream, you put the hard work in.
Yeah, we want to start off small with like a little bed and breakfast, build up to a bit more boutique style hotel.
Yeah.
But the big draw card really is looking for a chateau that's got outbuildings so that I can have my big workshop, so I can have my art gallery.
I think the best thing we can do is have a little look at some things and just sort of give you a bit of guidance as to what to look out for, what to be scared of.
Sure.
Because, you know...
I'll try not to scare him, but I don't think Johnny has a clue how much he's bitten off when it comes to choosing a chateau. Just 25 miles north of ours is another chateau. The 17th century Chateau Renovation. It has 30 rooms and sits in 6 acres of land. It lies in the Pays de la Loire region of France and is rented by estate agents Philip and Angelina Bailey-Smith.
Right, home sweet home.
Bored of the London rat race, they moved to France where they got married. Now they're renting the chateau to see if they want to make the move and buy their own castle.
I thought, let's rent first, but we get to genuinely experience the life that we were planning on buying into.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, something
There
like that.
you go.
It costs us about 40,000 euros a year to be here. By the time you put in your heating costs, all the rest of it.
They can only afford to live here by continuing their estate agent business in London. But to help make ends meet and decide if they want to buy their own chateau, they are now going to hire out the chateau for events.
We've been in the UK for 3 weeks. Best turn the water back on. Watch yourself.
Today they're meeting a local English couple who have agreed to have their anniversary party here.
This is where the stopcock is. It's under a lot of foam. Keep it from freezing.
I'm glad you're doing it, not me.
Water's on.
This will be Phil and Angelina's first booking.
We can afford to stay in a place like this, but it's absolutely pointless unless you're going to run a business out of it. This event coming up this summer is our dry run. We really need to make sure it goes off without a hitch.
The couple coming today want to discuss the finer details of their big party.
It's always quite stressful when I've got these guests coming up, and I've probably got under an hour to tidy up lots of rooms, get ready, get the dog out of the way as well. Lightning, come. Good boy.
But having clean rooms and a clean dog are the least of their worries. The guest toilets have a serious damp problem.
Oh, wow. That's quite mean.
Whatever damp-proof membrane was on this wall was holding the water.
You might not want to touch that.
And the outdoors entertainment needs a bit of work.
I'll turn that into a bath.
Ah, yeah, I agree.
But this is my plan. Put a tilt in this so there's a run and we put a roof on it.
How about a Perspex roof?
Perspex looks like it's cheap and quick. If you've got white canvas, it's got the wedding-y sort of
vintage,
shabby chic feel to it.
Yeah.
And here,
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
it'll bother me.
With their party clients due to arrive at any moment, Phil and Angelina have to focus less on the shabby and more on the chic.
To make their day as special as we found our wedding here, maybe with a little bit of luck, they can see through the mess and we're all good.
They're here. Hi, guys.
Retired pilot Chris and his wife Roseanne have lived in this part of France for 12 years and have agreed to celebrate their golden wedding anniversary in Phil and Angelina's chateau. They're joined by the son Kristen, who will be the DJ on the big day.
Nice to see you.
Chris has been away most of our married life, flying, and we haven't been able to celebrate many anniversaries, so this is going to be really special for us.
I mean, 50 years, it's a lifetime, isn't it? I suppose.
It's been very good, does it?
Shall we go in?
A lot depends on how the next few hours go. It's not just the booking that could be in question, but the couple's plans for a future in their very own chateau.
We don't get it right for these guys in this day, we'll probably think about maybe this isn't for us. I just really hope that's not the case.
This is the magnificent Chateau de Jalène. It's the home of British couple Michael and Jonathan. Located in the Loire Valley, they bought this place in 2014 for just over £750,000.
It was the same price as our flat in London. That's how ridiculous it was. We thought it was too good an opportunity to miss.
Back then, the place looked very different.
The first sight of it in the flesh, rather than the estate agent's details, was wow. I think it was even more wow because it was so neglected. There were trees growing out of the moat where we're sitting at the moment. I think it was up here somewhere. I mean, you could get lost in it. There's goats. There was thorns and thistles and ivy and trees and ponies and donkeys and goats. The challenge was superhuman, and that's what appealed to the two of us.
With the help of investors, they've converted it into 15 holiday apartments and a location for weddings. But they're struggling to make a profit. So this year is make or break.
John and I don't earn anything out of this until it starts making money. We're now 2 years down the line. It's still not making a profit. So we've got a year on a very, very frugal budget to go. And then we've got to make the decision, can we still sustain the two of us being here?
They're doing everything they can to keep costs down. One way of doing that is to use volunteers.
We have a system of volunteers that come from all over the world to give us a hand. So these guys come along, give us their skills that we haven't got the aptitude to do, and then we give them food and lodging. Barter works for all of us.
Today, the volunteers are going to help Michael and Jonathan search some unexplored caves in the chateau's dry moat. They're hoping they might uncover some surprises that could make or save them some much-needed cash.
All the stone around the moat, etc., was dug out to build this chateau. So this stone for this building has come from these moats and these caves.
And we still haven't been in all the caves. There's still some that are unexplored. We just haven't had the time because we've been so busy with this.
Who knows what secrets lie hidden in some of these caves?
This entrance could have been blocked up for several decades, perhaps even centuries. And eventually, we hope to see what mysteries lie behind it. There's a lot of local rumours about a tunnel system and treasure.
The caves they're exploring today lie just off the entrance tunnel to Chateau de Jalène's dry moat.
If there's anything dangerous, just shout out. Don't try to deal with it. If you find any treasure, it's mine.
Mine.
Otherwise, let's have some fun. Does it open up? Come on, then. That's a good start. OK. Come on in. So, building materials need to go into the cave next door. Anything that you think can be recycled, we'll put in one pile. Superb. Let's get stuck in. That's rubbish, Michael. Hey, what is... Wow. Oh, my goodness. Michael?
They've only been working 5 minutes when the cave throws up a surprise.
Michael, Well, where's that from, then?
When you see things like this often to do at the Revolution. The heads have been chopped off and the hands have been chopped off.
In 1794, when the peasants came through this part of the country, they vandalised any images of nobility. These statues were made before then. Jonathan believes way before then.
We know there was a medieval manor house on the same site of the chateau today, and we know the chateau's been built piece by piece. The earliest bit that we've got at the moment dates from 1530, but this is pre that even, which we just need to keep now. We need to show it, display it, get it up so that everybody who comes to the chateau can see it. And it's fantastic to find something like that. Really good.
But just as things are looking up,
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do they dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the bloody barrel.
back to our place in northwest France. Aspiring chateau buyer Johnny has come for some advice. It might be a dream to own a fairy tale castle with turrets and towers, but buy the wrong place and it can turn into a nightmare. So we've got some simple tips.
There are a lot of stairs.
Yeah. Hold on. We've come up 3 flights. Have a look at this next bit. Oh, wow. And there's another floor above this.
You're young and it doesn't matter. But if you are thinking of having this as a business, you do have to keep that sort of thing in mind.
Keep walking upstairs. You've had too much of a breather. I like to see people doing it in a oneer.
Tip number 1. Don't worry about the ceiling, it's the roof that matters.
Do you see the little stainless steel clips on the tiles? That's new roof.
Right, yeah.
That is a new roof.
Sure.
So when you're looking around, that has had a problem. It is now fixed.
Yes.
And that says it's been maintained.
Okay.
Tip 2, think about the heating.
So this is a thermal store where we store all of our hot water. And if you can actually have an efficient system of heating, it's in your best interest. Anything that helps you get cheaper energy.
Yeah.
You take somebody's arm off about here because the bills are big.
Yeah.
Tip 3, never underestimate the plumbing.
This little bad boy here, the old poop tube.
Poop tube.
If you are in the bathroom in the botanical suite on that side, yeah, your poo has to go over to our septic tank over in this side.
Okay.
And Angela, you didn't want any external pipes?
I didn't.
No.
Sorry.
So consequently, we had to find a route through the house for the pipes, and it has to drop 25 mils per metre, or an inch per yard, basically. Yeah. So you get a progression of a slope down, so the poop keeps moving. You have to think about really boring things like gravity. For us, the plumbing and electric, with all the piping, with the thermal store, with the radiators, there'll be no change in 25k. Yeah.
I mean, thus far, all we've done is talked about where we, you know, cosmetic stuff, because that's what you do, you get excited. You think about how it's going to be projected, you think of pallets and what linen you want. But I must say, hearing this, you know, it's quite scary because you do have to think, don't you?
I think the penny's finally beginning to drop. Next, keep an eye out for creepy crawlies.
See this? This is woodworm, and there's rot, and there's various things in there. But, you know, things like this have all been treated now. None of this bothers me. Further south, where you are, there's a line. And down below that line, there's the things that sort of eat lots. Yep.
Termites?
You better believe it. In your area, termites are phenomenal.
Woodworm is relatively easy to treat. But if Johnny does choose a place down south, he'll need to check for termites, because they can be costly.
Come on, let's go down another floor.
I just hope we haven't turned him off the idea of chateau life completely.
There's lots of things that sound like there's problems, but in the end of the day, you get to live somewhere that is actually quite special.
And I've got something to show Johnny that will fire up his imagination. "25 miles north, Philip and Angelina are showing Chris and Roseanne around their chateau.
Nice to see you.
They've already agreed to have their 50th wedding anniversary here. Today they're finalising the details, but with more than 30 other chateaux already up and running as event locations within 100 miles of here, Philip and Angelina don't want to cause them to reconsider.
Here's an idea, right? It's not often you get to 50-year anniversary. Are you interested to renew your vows? You know, there's a chapel, you know, at the back.
Yeah. After 50 years of marriage, you're allowed to say no.
No, that would be good. It's something I hadn't thought about, had you?
Would I marry you again? Yeah, of course I would.
So you had his fingers crossed.
How about, as the starting point, shall we just have a look at that and we'll go from there? Yeah?
First up is the entrance hall, which was used as a dining room for Philip and Angelina's wedding.
This room will be lovely.
But for this anniversary party, Philip thinks it would be better used as a thoroughfare into the garden.
If we move one of these tables back against the radiator there, they've got the champagne, they grab it themselves, and we're into the back garden before the party starts. You simply do a toast.
But do we actually want a toast?
I think so.
Yeah. It's, you're marking a day that's special. We're doing it in a great setting.
The toilet's behind there.
Yeah.
How many have we got?
We've got 2. However, here we go.
After you.
It's loo time.
Yeah, toilets.
Don't be shy.
Like, these are the 2 toilets?
Yeah, they'll be unisex, so downstairs, they're easy to get to.
Yeah. Needs a little bit.
It needs a little bit of work until it's used. It'll be fine. It's a lot worse than it looks, so I don't want to scare you.
Pretty disgusting.
Is that a family loo? You got 2 in there.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Phil. I couldn't invite anybody into those loos.
As I couldn't even use them myself. I'm going to get rid of whatever's causing the issue, redo the wall. Up there, it'll probably just be plain white.
But you can assure me they're both going to be flushing loos, and it's going to look a lot prettier.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing them afterwards. It'll be interesting.
It's what we do outside. It counts.
Oh, I'd get them out onto the terrace pretty quick, Phil.
There'll be some seating here, we'll spread around, and I'm going to turn that into a bar.
OK.
Yeah, you've got to have a bit of imagination. Picture this stuff is not going to be here.
Yeah.
OK.
They have a wine fridge, ice machine.
You're going to do the DJing at the party. Would you put your stuff in here and we have actually the majority of the party here?
The lighting and the speakers, it needs to be under cover, really, so ideally we need to be in the marquee.
OK.
It was in the marquee?
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
OK.
Can I assume all that's going to be cleared up out there?
You mean you don't like fallen trees as part of the backdrop? A little bit of faith is all I ask, with a little luck and a lot of work.
Just out of curiosity,
yeah,
have we discussed food? When we did our 60th, we did a barbecue in the garden.
Yeah. There's all sorts of different options.
Barbecue?
Yeah, it depends on what you think. I mean,
Barbecue.
It's barbecue and a buffet style. If it's hot...
Just let us know and then we can have a look at what we can do. Right, shall we go and have a look in the back garden, see how we'll lay it out?
In the Loire Valley sits the magnificent Chateau de Jalène. Owned by couple Michael and Jonathan, they and a band of volunteers have been clearing out one of the unexplored caves that come off the chateau's dry moat. They found some medieval statues.
It was fantastic to find something like that.
But a minute later, one of the volunteers found something a bit more sinister.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do you know they're dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the barrel.
Michael finds a clue to what the barrels may contain.
Someone's written on the wall 62 doses for 30 litres of petrol. So they're mixing petrol with something. So that could explain why we've got all these toxic fluids back here. What would you mix with petrol? No idea.
Some of the barrels contain vegetable oil left over from the chateau's hospital days. Could it be that they were mixing it with petrol to try and increase their stock of fuel? Back then, engines could tolerate less pure forms of fuel than today. I certainly wouldn't use that instead of unleaded.
These chemicals that you've found in these barrels, we can't really handle them because if it's got dangerous and toxic on it, you have to get a special contractor to come in, fill in lots of paperwork, and they have to dispose of it. If we leave that, is there anything else in there, Alex, or just those?
And some wine.
Some
and bottles.
Hey, Mother Lode, we've found some wine.
All right, stop work.
We've got, what, about 4 or 5 cases of wine. What are they, Alex? 1995, look.
Yeah, 96.
Haute Côte de Beaune, Côte de Beaune. They're covered in dust. Look at the label on that, how mouldy it is. So this is a different one, then. This is a different, this is a Bordeaux-shaped bottle. Chateau La Perrière. It's 1992. My God, heavens to Betsy. Have you seen this, Michael?
No, I heard you, Dave.
There's a great stock of wine here. Look at this stuff. 25-year-old Bordeaux.
Opening crew 92.
That's 25 years ago. 25-year-old bottle of wine. Have a look.
Well, that's tonight sorted.
What a result! The statues will benefit the chateau and make a beautiful frieze in its entrance hall. And the wine, if it's still in good nick, can be the reward for finding the statues. I wouldn't mind trying some of that. As Michael sets about finding a place to store his booty, Jonathan heads to the other side of the dry moat, where one of the volunteers thinks he's discovered something in another unexplored cave.
So, what do you think? Have you had a look at it?
Quite sure there's water there.
At Mine and Angel's Place in northwest France, aspiring chateau owner Johnny has been getting a crash course in what to look for when you buy a chateau. Before he leaves, there's one last thing to show him.
I think you should take Johnny outside and show him some of the outbuildings.
Talk about studios, let's see what you get for free. I'm thinking about it.
I know at the top of Johnny's wish list are some outhouses for his gallery and workshop.
So another story up here, right?
Yeah, so it's 3 stories.
Damn. Oh, this is huge. Oh, wow.
A couple of things I would say is most of them have not been used for a long time, so have a good think and have a look around. All this wood is original.
I'll probably get more excited about the outbuildings than I do the chateau.
Tour over, there's one final bit of advice. Always think long term.
We're talking commitment when you buy a chateau, yeah. So, you know, a puppy's not just for Christmas. A chateau's not just for that honeymoon period. It's the long flog. We looked for 4.5 years before we find this place.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go get some air. It's quite hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, they get stuffy, right?
Yeah.
Johnny and Ashley are at the beginning of an amazing chateau buying adventure.
How are you?
They are awesome.
I have to admit, I don't envy them.
Don't be scared. We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it. We're happy, darling, aren't we?
Yeah. Johnny, good luck.
Oh, thank you so much for all your advice and everything. I really appreciate it.
And don't forget, you've got the roof, the windows, the plumbing.
Nice one.
Have a nice shop, fella. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
Cheers,
make sure
matey.
you do.
Thanks, guys.
I hope we've taught him a thing or two today, and I can't wait to see what he and Ashley settle on. At Chateau Renovation in Goron in northern France, Phil and Angelina are finalising the arrangement for Chris and Roseanne's 50th wedding anniversary celebrations.
We'll just cut around here, okay?
Okay. This is a really long walk just to go for a dance.
Phil has agreed to erect a marquee for the party. He wants to place it at the back of the grounds next to the moat to give the best view of the chateau from the marquee entrance.
So the marquee go where, Phil?
I'm thinking the marquee goes lengthways here.
But Chris and Roseanne want it closer to the chateau.
Why not here?
I was hoping it was going to be back there.
OK.
That's a wonderful little spot over there.
Yeah.
They're going to sit over there and they're going to drink over there.
Phil is worried there won't be enough room for the guests if it's too close.
It's the summer. Most people are going to be in front of the marquee. If it's a great
You're
day...
allowing enough room for them to be outside.
Well, I was just thinking it was convenient.
It's your day. Why don't we have it somewhere in the middle? This is kind of the fake line for the back of it. That's your space.
Or would you rather it be the back of it, so
No,
it's close?
because you've got too little space at the front.
This is the shortest distance
Yes,
there
I
will be.
agree with you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Good girl.
He's
Good girl.
right.
The tour's over, but Phil is worried.
I think we've done enough today, but anyone can walk away and change their mind afterwards. And if I'm honest, given the condition of the house, I wouldn't blame them. I just hope that they can see through the mess, we can deal with the problems, and we're all good.
So he's cooked up a treat to win them over.
The French don't really do a Sunday roast. You can't go out and have one. No one else in Europe understands a Sunday roast apart from the English, so why not play on that, and hopefully that'll seal the deal. Let's not say anything too positive in case I jinx it.
I'm so hungry. Claire, would you like me to sit?
Oh, anywhere you like.
Anywhere.
As with all Sunday roasts, timing is everything. Unfortunately, Phil is cooking in 2 kitchens at either end of the chateau.
Yeah, okay.
Is that Phil? Where's Phil?
He's coming, I can hear him.
Dinner.
They say to get 10,000 steps a day. It's not a problem in a house like this. So I'm running between a kitchen on one side of an 8,000 square foot house to the other to try to cook the meat, the potatoes, the rest of it, because the oven here, the glass has fallen out as I've tried to use it this morning. But you know what? It's a great experience for how things go wrong on an event and on a day, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter.
Trying to impress his guests could backfire on Phil. If he can't deliver a dinner for 5 on time, how's he going to cope with catering for more than 50?
You know the food's going to be absolutely delightful, but it's been a long time coming.
But Phil knows how to keep his clients on board.
You need help?
Just keep them entertained. Yeah. Keep the flow of conversation. Ply them with alcohol, keep them happy. 10-minute delay, we'll survive. We're all good. Thankfully, the wine's flowing, so everyone will be all right. So. Hot stuff coming through.
Just 25 minutes late, dinner is finally served.
Okay.
Everyone's had plenty of drinks, so they are well...
They're ignoring the fact it's late. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy your food. Sorry it's late. Here's July.
July.
Yeah, lovely.
Pork is so sweet. It's lovely.
English roast in a French chateau.
Very, very good.
The meal's a hit. But did the rather amateur chateau tour change their neighbours' minds?
The only mistake he made was having the marquee right at the back of the garden, and it was a long way away from everything. So persuading him now to do it closer to the chateau, it's going to be good.
If Phil comes up with what he says he's going to do, with a backdrop, which we've got here, it's going to be magnificent.
Jonathan, Michael and their volunteers are exploring just a few of the 30 caves at their chateau. And after a few surprises...
25-year-old Bordeaux. Motherload!
One of the volunteers, Cohen, thinks he's found another one.
Quite sure there's water there.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Jonathan's right to be excited. A free water source for a chateau this size could be worth thousands of pounds.
See, we thought this was a coal chute. We thought that they delivered the coal here, it dropped down the bottom, and you just pulled it out. So can you tell if I drop a stone how deep it is?
Well, I can make a guess, but...
Is that all right? Do you want to plop away then, Cohen?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the moment of truth.
Whoa. A lot of stuff falls in now, but...
That's fantastic. So what we want, a bucket and a rope, find out how deep it is and what the water looks like that comes up.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the answer to our prayers. So I'm saying, you cannot believe how important this is, because the formal gardens are just at the top. We just have to go to the top here, and then we can feed just one pipe straight out there, and we can water the whole bloomin' lot.
That's great.
Fantastic. I can't tell you how made up I am.
Jonathan and Michael currently spend over £6,000 a year simply watering the garden.
The garden has been laid out in the old French style and takes a lot of water to keep the grass all green. The business relies on it because brides need bright green grass and their guests want flowers and the vegetable patch, the fruit trees, and need I go on? This is such an important find. I cannot tell you how excited how excited I am about it. It's just a lifesaver, really, bills-wise.
Okay, I'll feed it through.
Show us your girl guides. Oh, you've done it.
Oh, yes.
Right.
We've created our makeshift bucket, and we'll see if we can find some water down in this well here.
Okay. Off you go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not the well expert.
Do you need to put a stone in the bottom of it so that it actually goes under the water, I think?
You have one in there?
We got one?
Going pretty deep.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay, I think I have some water.
Superb.
Yes, there's water.
What colour is it? Well, that's not bad, actually. That's clear. Considering that water's been down there for I don't know how long, that's fantastic. We got water!
This could be a big money saver. Make no mistake, the chateau has its own water. You better tell Michael the good news.
Yes? Don't say it like that. I could now make your day, make your meal.
Whole week.
Yes, exactly. Now, you know this coal chute behind me here?
Yeah, there's a load of coal in there.
Well, it isn't a coal chute.
Well, what is it then, Batman?
It's a well.
Is there water in it?
It's a well, and it's full of water, and it's right next to the back garden.
Do you reckon we can get it up from there to the garden?
Yeah, you get a pump. So how much did we spend on water last year just for the garden?
€7,500 or something like that.
7.5. So how pleased are you?
Yeah, that's pretty good news. I think I can sort of say that you can take me out for dinner.
All right.
Great news. If we can get that pump up here, yeah, the maths would say about 7,000. Brilliant. Fantastic.
It's been a good day for Michael and Jonathan. But even if this well can provide enough water to cut down their bills, the only way to ensure the business doesn't sink is to secure a big wedding booking this summer.
Just to break even this year, we would need 13 weddings. We're currently at 5.
Brit Johnny has been to see me and Angel for some chateau shopping tips. 570 miles away, down in the south of France, he and his American partner Ashley are starting the search for their perfect castle at Chateau de Jotte.
It is a massive one built in the 16th century. It looks like it needs a lot of work, but it's exciting.
It's on the market for a fairly steep €520,000. But this is the south of France, where the warm climate and glam location means prices are high. Even places like this that need a fair bit of work.
Oh, wow.
It's nice.
It's
huge.
God. Oh,
The 20-room chateau comes with a separate 3-bedroom house, 5 holiday rentals, and plenty of outbuildings for Johnny's workshops. It's 170 grand over their 350 grand budget, but they're hoping they could get the price down.
Bonjour. Angie, it's Johnny. It's Stephanie. Oui, nice to meet you.
Bonjour, je suis Ashley.
Here we go, babe. Wow, babe. Look how big this is. Look at that.
It's the... Oh, fire.
Ah.
Fire.
Wow, what a shame.
I know they were up for a project, but I worry this might be a little too much, especially with the state of that roof.
Babe, look up here. That's water, isn't it?
Yeah.
So water, fire, Ed. Okay.
Oh, stunning.
Big windows.
Some Beauty et le Beast.
Yes.
This room, it just makes me want a 12. How long has the property been vacant? Empty?
10.
10?
Yes.
Oui. Torch time. We need a miner's hat.
It was a restaurant.
Oh, restaurant.
Yes.
Oui. And then there was a fire.
Huh.
Here we have some he's and hers. This is quite nice here. Tap doesn't work. Toilet roll. Oh, look, there's a view though. Broken dolls and empty bells.
Little baby shoes.
Look. Mama, Mom, boo-boo, what do you think? Oh, that's very creepy, right?
It's very creepy. Oh, the room goes on and on and on. Oh, my goodness. I mean, my gosh, everything would have to come out.
That was one hell of a fire, eh? Can you imagine roaring right through?
Fire damage, water damage, This chateau is riddled with structural issues. I thought our place needed a lot of work.
Oh, look at this. This could be a nice big workshop.
Oh, wow. That's deep, right?
Yeah. If it was 300,000, even 350,000, I would say let's do it.
Yeah.
But 520
Yeah.
with all of the work, I don't know.
You're thinking no, right?
I'm thinking
They're the vibes
no.
I'm getting. Yeah.
I love it, but
Okay.
it's just too much work.
Sure.
We can't do that work by ourselves. I mean, it's missing floors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Maybe not on this one. I think we'll let this one go.
I think it's the right decision. There's way too much to fix here, and potentially hundreds of thousands to spend.
We'll find our dream chateau.
We'll keep looking. It's not just finding a home. It will be the first place that we've brought together, laying down roots, and just getting something beautiful that's a monument, really, to France. Does that faze us? Yes. No, absolutely, it does. We're not naive. We know that it's going to be a really arduous journey.
He's not wrong. With thousands of chateaux out there, this task is going to be far from a simple one. In the Pays de la Loire, Philip and Angelina are already on their chateau adventure. They've just secured their first booking, a large anniversary party in 2 months' time, and have started the massive task of getting the place ready.
It's got lots of trees here, which obviously once upon a time had living gardeners to deal with. Unfortunately, I appear to have filled the role of the living gardener. I had high hopes for sitting on the patio, sipping wine with a newspaper. I was sorely mistaken.
Inside, Angelina has made a start on the interiors. She is upcycling second-hand furniture bought for next to nothing.
It cost me a third of the price than what it'll cost me to buy new. That's the only way I can afford to furnish each room. I always use chalk paint because it's what the room needs. It needs to be lighter, so it does bounce a lot more light and feels more airy and spacious. Not that the room isn't. I mean, it's pretty huge, but it's quite a dark room, so I think this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. That French chic look, exactly how you expect a chateau to be. Phil will absolutely love it when he sees it.
With the grounds to clear, an outdoor bar to build from scratch, and a serious damp problem in the guest toilets, Phil's got more on his plate than a ham and cheese panini.
It could be me being a little bit tired, a little bit grumpy from being out in the cold, but I don't think there's enough physical time between now and this party. What I'm bothered about is how much stuff I've got to do.
Yeah.
And you've got your own stuff. I can't keep an asking, and some of it you can't do anyway.
Okay, if you're about to cry, kind of prep me for that.
Oh, I might think about it. You get to the end of the day and you just sort of wonder why you did it all, because you're seeing pictures on social media of your friends out having a party or anything like, oh yeah, I remember that. Back in the day when I had a life, but if it's worth doing, it's not easy, is it?
Feel confident. It'll come together. Someone's got to be strong.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Next time,
Go.
caravanning Phil and Angelina style.
Rope snapped.
Johnny and Ashley view their next chateau.
Oh, babe, this is what we want, right?
But discover it's already occupied.
Oh, Dick will have a field day with this.
And Angel tries to help Michael and Jonathan cut down their bills.
Michael had a quote for flowers. I nearly spat out my tea.
But will it be enough to save their business?
If we don't break even this year, it would be a disaster.
This is me, Dick Strawbridge, my wife Angel, and our 2 children in our glorious French chateau.
We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it.
We moved here 3 years ago to follow our dream of living life in our very own castle.
Oh my God!
But it's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
As dozens of other Brits know only too well.
Oops. Floor needs replacing as well.
Because it turns out we're not the only expats who have bought a French chateau.
Oh, it's your hand.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got another one. Wow, absolutely love it.
25-year-old Bordeaux.
Motherload! In this series, we'll reveal how we're running our chateau as a business.
There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And see how these daring Brits are running theirs.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This place is done up.
As they face the ups.
It's really beautiful.
This is a rare moment, but I am genuinely at peace.
And downs.
It's a lot worse than it looks.
Of their new lives in these crumbling and magnificent buildings.
It is a bit of a fantasy, living in a French chateau.
We might have a few problems on the way, but that's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today, with winter and bad weather approaching...
And there are leaks there.
One chateau is in a race against time to fix its roof.
That water is going to rot the woodwork, and so eventually the floors are going to give way. There's no question this work has to be done.
But an attempt to raise the funds to pay for it faces bad weather of its own.
So now it really is over. There's no point carrying on.
One chateau couple embark on a new business plan.
Should have done this years ago. We just never figured out how to.
Which brings some pleasant surprises.
It's really tender, it's caramelised, it falls off the bone.
I might not share it with you.
And as one woman prepares to put on a weekend of fun and games at her chateau...
Do you think that looks appetising for the ice cream?
Things don't go to plan.
Catastrophe has struck. One of the girls didn't make it onto the aeroplane. Maman, we have a bit of a girl situation. Charlie's missed her flight.
I'm Dick Strawbridge, engineer and former Lieutenant Colonel in the British Army. With my wife Angel, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
So we can certainly relate to other chateau owners struggling to make their businesses work. 220 miles northeast of us sits Chateau de Leaky.
For me, I must admit, it's a combination of, the Addams family and sort of, 40 Towers. And it's gorgeous. It's completely lovely.
It's owned by Brit Tim and his Dutch wife, Margriet.
We sort of met each other in Holland about 25 years ago, I think, something like 25 years ago?
26 already.
26, is it? Okay. I used to be a musician, and she was a teacher.
They gave up everything for this place when they bought it in 2013.
I'd said goodbye to the band. I sort of told them I was going to leave, and they got someone else in.
And I quit my job.
They've been running this place as a B&B, but it hasn't been making them enough money. So they visited Angel and I at our place for some advice.
Hi! Hello. How are you?
And now they've decided to start putting on weddings at their chateau.
Should have done this years ago. We just never figured out how to.
I feel very optimistic about it. I think the preparations of the weddings will be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And the weddings themselves, of course, are going to be amazing to be a part of.
A different sort of work. It's far more creative, and it's far more. It's making people happy.
Located just an hour's drive from Calais, in the Picardy region, they think their chateau will appeal to Brits looking for something special.
You don't need a whole day's driving. In a few hours, you can be here. So it makes it quite a perfect wedding venue, I think.
I think so too.
We're looking into offering a real package deal. So the people just have to turn up and get married and be happy. And it's going to be totally customized to how they see their perfect day.
But that takes a lot of work. So Tim and Marguerite have a busy weekend planned, meeting the suppliers and setting up their new business. And if it wasn't enough, there's a big party planned for Tim tomorrow.
We organize a weekend just for our friends. Cooking together, eating together, drinking together. You know, when you have a normal house, you never have a chance to do that.
Ah, bonjour.
Bonjour.
So there's a lot to get done today. First, a meeting with potential florist Jessica Flay, who could supply the flowers for the weddings.
Selon les périodes, c'est pas toujours les mêmes fleurs.
Non.
Après, l'été, on peut profiter de l'épivoine, on peut profiter de la rose, du lys.
It's essential that Tim and Marguerite get reliable local suppliers on board.
Donc normalement, c'est le robe de mariage et la préférence des couples qui décidaient pour les fleurs.
Ils choisissent leur couleur, leur thème, et puis on voit en fonction.
Ok.
Avec les fleurs.
Très bien. Petit
We are very aware that every couple has individual ideas.
plan et faire des...
Marguerite needs Jess to be flexible when it comes to styling the arrangements.
D'accord. C'est la grande mode en ce moment.
Oui, le mode c'est shabby, vintage, champêtre.
Comme le château.
Comme le château, oui.
Okay. Well, merci beaucoup.
De rien.
Thank you. And oh, c'est le...
Looks like they've secured a supplier who's on board with their ideas.
Oui, moi aussi.
Merci, à la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
À la prochaine, merci beaucoup.
Au revoir.
I think it's going to be really, really nice cooperation with her.
Yeah, she's great.
Next on the agenda, sorting a caterer to do the wedding food.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Très bien, et vous? Bonjour.
They've driven just 7 miles up the road to the 500-year-old L'Étoile du Jour restaurant for a menu tasting with the owner, Christopher.
We use fresh product and we work with local producers.
I think it's really good that you're using the regional products and the regional recipes, because I think that's exactly what people that have an English wedding in France are looking for.
Fingers crossed the food lives up to expectations. The starter, a classic French terrine, followed by a local crab dish. Problem is, Marguerite's a vegetarian.
It looks very pretty. It looks really, really nice.
This is delicious. Really lovely. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, this is lovely, isn't it? I mean,
It's
I feel
amazing.
very spoiled. I mean, yeah.
You are spoiled, and
I
you're
am.
so lucky that I'm a vegetarian.
I am.
Now the main course, lamb shank. Poor Marguerite.
It's really tender. It's caramelized. It falls off the bone. Flavor's fantastic. Gravy matches it. I mean, you don't get any better than this. It's great.
We get it, Tim. It's delicious. Luckily, dessert is something Marguerite can sink her teeth into.
The dessert,
Oh.
it's a 2 chocolate cake.
Well, I'm going to give this to my wife because she hasn't had anything to eat yet, and then whatever she doesn't eat, I'm going to eat.
I'll just have a little
Yes, I'll have a bit up. So
bit
you-
to
you-
try. I might not share it with you. I don't think you're going to like it.
I think I might do. I'm sort of want to learn how
I
to.
mean, chocolate cake? You're not really into chocolate cake.
Looks like they enjoyed it. Will these guys be their wedding caterers?
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. It's the beginning of a good symbiotic relationship we will hopefully endure.
They're in business.
So that was really nice. Really nice guy. Really looking forward to working with him.
It's been a successful day so far, but there's still a lot more to cram in before they can get on with preparing for Tim's birthday party tomorrow. A 9.5-hour drive directly south of Tim and Marguerite is the 16th century medieval castle of Chateau Renovation, home to Sophie and James MacDonald.
It does take up more of your life than you might sometimes wish, but it's such a beautiful place. You do have a sort of a protective feeling about it.
It looks a bit of a ruin now. 20 years ago, it was a complete ruin. We'd love to see this place fully restored, and we think we're about halfway through.
Set in the Languedoc region of France, just 25 miles north of the Pyrenees, they're gradually restoring the 30-room castle to its former glory.
It's financial suicide. We are completely crazy, and if we'd ever thought about it, we would not have done it.
To pay for the work, Sophie and James hold fundraising events through their association, the Friends of Son Ferriol.
If you're staying for the talk and for the lunch, it will then be 50 for both of you.
That's great.
But this year, all other restoration is on hold, as the roof repair has become particularly urgent.
We've been through and we've made a little plan of where all the weaknesses are and where the tiles need replacing. And there are leaks there, 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 and one there.
Oh dear.
There are two things that we could do. One is to properly replace the whole of the roof and the top floor, but we're not in a position to do that because we're talking about easily $500,000 to do that. Of course, sometimes we're not here when it rains. The water can come through, not just to the second floor, but the floor below. And eventually, that water is going to rot the woodwork. And so eventually, the floors are going to give way. And so in the meantime, what we have to do is repair. There's no question this work has to be done.
This morning, roofer Dale has arrived to inspect the scale of the damage.
So basically, what is it you're looking to do? Do you just want to stop the leaks?
We've got quite a few leaks coming in, and you can see where they are because there's either a bucket or there's rot on. Look, there's a couple of full buckets over there.
Where we've got a major leak. The old tiles here, they slide down. So then you get water coming in from the top, which will run down here, and it's just eating away at the wood. And then in the long run, if you was to leave that is a fragile part of the roof. If that beam there collapses, it gives way there, then you're looking at serious problems.
Dale confirms Sophie and James's worst fears. It's a big job. The cost? £1,000. They managed to raise nearly £500 from a talk.
Broadly, the Cathars are enormously powerful.
And lunch they threw at the Chateau 3 weeks ago. But they need the same again and more.
So it's hugely expensive. Everything doesn't cost 50 quid. It costs a few £100. So the overheads are huge all the time.
So they need to come up with a plan to raise the cash quickly before the winter season starts.
You can really see that is degenerating, and if we get some snow, we should have an unpleasant surprise one morning.
Yeah.
Chateau de la Motte is our home, and we pay for its upkeep and renovation by putting on special events and weddings here.
You may kiss your wife.
One thing our guests love is my roast pig, cooked on my very own home-built pig roaster. Today, though, I need to transform it into a chicken rotisserie for an upcoming wedding this weekend. Not everybody wants to have a hog roast, and our next wedding, they want me to do 24 chickens. So, actually, maybe more than 24 in the end, but 24 chickens in here. I'm not going to make another roaster, so this has to be adapted. Somehow I don't think I'm going to get 24 chickens on that. Right. The actual body of the pig roaster is fine. So in my workshop, I'm going to try and convert the spit that skewers the pig into 4 skewers for chickens. The idea is, if I slide a chicken along the post, I put the skewer through one side of the chicken and out the other side of the chicken and hold it in place, which means when the actual post turns, so does the chicken. I've only ever roasted pigs in this, and I'm getting pretty good at that. I'm hoping this will work just as well for chickens. I'm thinking this is going to work. If it doesn't work, that's going to be a pain in the butt, so what I'll have to do is just do it again, do more. But we'll get there. Until it gets me into these things. My answer is no, you're going to have a pig. But nope. After grinding and welding late into the evening, it's finished. The next day, it's time to test my new chicken rotisserie to check if it actually works. Not long to the wedding, so I'm going to be in trouble if it doesn't. Right. Here we go. Whoa. See, it doesn't look too bad. In fact, it looks really tasty. Now, we're just going to lift the whole lot out. It's a two-man job tomorrow, definitely. Like I said, they don't look too terrible at all, do they? Right, knife. Skewer. Skewer. Oh, juices, chickens, just like that. Look at this. This is lovely, moist chicken. Can you see the moisture on that? Oops, a daisy. Look at that. That's lovely, moist chicken. Mm. Mm. Jay, come try some of this. I invite Jay, who's been helping around the chateau, to come over and give his verdict on the chicken. Are you a chicken or are you a breast or a thigh man?
Yeah. Wow, that is good, isn't it? Wow.
Do you want some breast in or do you want some thigh meat?
Breast would be fine, thanks.
No, be fine or do you prefer breast?
Yeah, I prefer breast.
Try that. I don't know why anybody would have breast instead of thigh, personally.
Oh,
All right?
That is nice, lovely. Nice and succulent.
Good, good, good. You see? Phew, it works. I hope they appreciate my work at the wedding. As well as doing pigs, we do poultry. And to be fair, anything I can tie to it now is going to be cooked, so I'm very pleased.
Thanks very much.
Work harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
"330 miles southeast of us, almost bang splat in the centre of France, sits the 500-year-old Chateau de Lalande. It was owned by the same family for more than 250 years, until it was sold to Londoner Stephanie Jarvis, who now runs it as a B&B.
It's pretty idyllic, being able to go for walks in the countryside, and there's a little stream going through the woods, which is really pretty, and there's wood, which is breathtaking. I really like it.
The chateau lies in the Berry region in the heart of rural France. And like any chateau, it costs a packet to run.
The upkeep's pretty high. The main thing is the electricity. That's just hammers us monthly. That really is expensive.
And even though she's done a lot of renovation work, it's by no means finished.
There's all sorts of things that we want to do that we need money for. I don't know if you've seen the list on the blackboard in the kitchen. We'd love a swimming pool in the future. There's all sorts of outbuildings that still need to be redone. Bit by bit, I'd like to make them into gîtes and have everything finished eventually. It's an endless list.
What's more, Stephanie's French mum, Isabelle, wants the huge loft to be converted into a self-contained apartment for herself.
Perhaps this corner has a bed area and plenty of cupboards so I can leave my stuff. I have too much stuff, I cannot part with it. And then that would be the lounge area. Easy.
Yeah, it's easy if you've got a spare 100 grand lying around, which Stephanie doesn't. The chateau does bring in some money.
Mainly through workshops and also through chambre d'hôte, B&Bs. The chambre d'hôte is working more and more every year.
But she needs to make more if she wants to carry out those big projects. So she's trying a new enterprise, singles weekends.
This weekend we've got our first ever Club Lalande, which is a new thing we're trying, which is just for people to come and have like old-fashioned country house weekends here. And we're starting it off with a singles one, because I think that singles are more likely to actually go and meet a whole bunch of strangers.
12 tickets have been sold for this weekend's event at £400 a pop. And later this afternoon, 6 single guys and 6 single girls will arrive at Chateau de Lalande looking to find love.
We're going to really try to do it as it would have been in the past, with big breakfast, picnics on the lawn, games in the afternoon, a big black tie dinner in the evening. So it's all happening now, and it's a first. I have no idea how it's going to go.
Stephanie's top priority this morning is preparing the entertainment.
I'm trying to find things that are just easy and relaxed and fun.
One of the many games planned for the weekend will be an ice cream tasting competition. So Stephanie is mixing up some experimental flavours. She's never done this before.
So I'm making cardamom and vanilla ice cream. I'll never guess that flavour. This is a huge learning curve. I haven't made any of these ice creams before because it has to be slightly unusual flavours. But it's fun. It's fun trying new things.
It's not just the entertainment that's keeping her busy. Over the next 24 hours, Stephanie's got to sort the rooms for the guests and prepare their breakfasts, lunches and dinners all on her own.
There's no way I could afford a cook. It would be quite luxurious to have a cook. But I enjoy it anyway. The thing is that to make sure that I keep on enjoying it, I keep making new things. And that means that I never really know what I'm doing. And so I'm just skirting on the edge of disaster all of the time. Well, it's doing something, so we'll just quietly leave it to get on.
Although this lovely chateau has been updated and modified over the centuries, its oldest wing dates back to about 1490, and it still bears the hallmarks of its original incarnation as a defensive fort.
This is a musket hole, so you just have got enough to shoot at a particular distance. This should have been a covered walkway for the defenders and observation post. So it was pretty defensive, but it was never in a war as such, that I know of, you know.
Back in the kitchen, Stephanie's moved on to her third ice cream flavour combination of goat's cheese and honey.
Goat's cheese is definitely this region's cheese. It looks so yummy. Right, clearing up this mess. I completely forgot the honey. Do you think we've got completely burnt honey now? Whoops! We're definitely going to need to do the honey again. Do you think that looks appetizing for the ice cream? Okay, take 2 on the honey.
Following her setback, Mum Isabel decides to step in and help.
I don't know why you didn't use the mixer.
I do, because I wanted it like this. I wanted it lumpy with bits of chunky bits of goat's cheese in it, yeah. Hello?
It's Charlie, one of the 6 single female guests coming for the weekend.
I'm really sorry. Are you okay, though? Oh, you poor thing.
Poor thing, somebody's not coming.
Okay, well, good luck. I hope you can find another way. Catastrophe has struck. One of the girls didn't make it onto the aeroplane. Maman, we have a bit of a girl situation. Charlie's missed her flight. I'm going to have to step into the dinner to make the numbers right.
With 6 male suitors expecting to meet 6 single females, Stephanie will have to step in to make up the numbers. Could Stephanie herself find love this weekend?
I'm not single, so I can't even.
And you would have stepped in otherwise.
I would have stepped in like a shot.
In northern France, to increase their income, Tim and Marguerite are adding weddings to the list of things they offer at their chateau. But that means their plans for an upmarket caravan park are now shelved.
It's beginning to look already a bit like a home, isn't it?
So they're going to keep one of the caravans for themselves and visiting family and friends.
Hello.
Oh, wow. That looks really nice.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
It's great to finally be at the stage where I can put my stuff in and, you know, finish it off. And I've always got very strong ideas about how I want it. So basically, Tim has no say in all this whatsoever. And he knows that. We've been together for so long, he knows that. And
Marguerite leaves them to continue on the caravan while she gets on with another task, creating the promotional photos for the new website to advertise their wedding business.
we decided to just create a few spaces as they would be if there was a wedding here. And so this is the place where they could have, the couple could have their ceremony. I think traditionally a ceremony is under an arch, so I'm decorating an arch with some flowers.
Photographer Laura will take shots of model Rosalie in different wedding dresses in various locations throughout the chateau.
So the flowers are from Jess, the florist. She's done a really, really good job. It's a makeup for the fact that you haven't actually got a husband. There's no groom involved. You have to rub it in.
Ouch.
We've got 3 wedding dresses in total. Yeah, it's really nice seeing this happen today because it makes it all more real. So yeah, everything just comes together more and more.
The last location is the fallen tree at the front of the chateau that Tim thinks provides the perfect photo opportunity.
I knew this would be a good place for a photo shoot. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
They're full steam ahead with the new business. With the first wedding booked for next year and the website soon to be launched, they're convinced the future looks bright.
Having to put some decorations up myself, thinking about where can we have the party, where can we have the ceremony. It all falls into place. And so next week I'm going to start with a website, and it definitely feels like I know how it's going to work. It feels like it's all fitting.
With the creative juices flowing, last job of the day is for Marguerite to put her finishing touches on the caravan.
Nearly. It's just a centimetre off the wall on that side. It's lovely. I like it. I paid €2 for it.
You did pay €2. You were damn, I'll tell you. Bloody hell, €2. It's falling apart.
It's lovely. It's character. I really
Actually, it is great.
like
It is lovely, yeah.
I'm very pleased the way it turned out, and it's just so nice to have this little retreat here, and you know, we can have friends staying here, but it's mostly for ourselves. It's our escape from the chateau.
They've done a lot today, but tomorrow's going to be another busy one. It's Tim's birthday bash.
There's about 60 people coming. There'll be music and great.
Let's hope things don't get too out of hand.
It's utter chaos, to be honest.
A day's drive south of Tim and Marguerite, back at Saint-Ferréol, it's been another bad night for the castle's leaking roof.
I went up to have a look if everything was okay, and there was tons and tons of water coming through in a place that I've never seen water before. That kind of thing is really worrying.
The cost of repairing the roof is £1,000. They've got around half of that, so James is pressing ahead with a fundraising walking tour.
Tomorrow we're off to Montségur. It's a good 40 minutes and it's completely isolated. It's up a mountainside. There's no shelter, there's no water, there's no facilities, no loos. And the weather this time of year, normally you'd expect completely clear skies. Fingers crossed for good weather tomorrow.
But when James meets the tour guests the next morning at 9:30, it doesn't look great.
Let's just have a look at the weather and we'll decide if we want to risk it. What does everybody think? Whether it's worth doing? Yeah? Great, excellent. Okay, that's what we like to hear. Let's see.
Luckily for James, the walkers are up for braving the elements. But conditions start to rapidly deteriorate.
Okay, this seems pretty sheltered, so we'll stop here for a minute.
Undeterred, James begins his talk.
The defenders pretty soon realise that they're onto a loser. It takes about 2 months to get up to sort of this level, close enough to build their trebuchets. So now it really is over. There's no point carrying on.
Back in the shelter of the chateau, Sophie waits and wonders if the tour is going okay.
We get donations sometimes, so that can be really important. We've had a donation of €500 this year, which was completely out of the blue, so it's kind of encouraging. You never really know who's going to have a spare €500.
This rain won't be doing the Leaky chateau any good, and with £500 to raise, James certainly won't want to hand out refunds.
And the terms that they arrive at are the terms of the standard surrender ever since Minerve back in 1210. Everybody can go free as long as they adopt the Catholic faith.
But it seems he's keeping the tour group on board right to the end, despite the weather.
All right, I'll get back down and have lunch.
Now James needs to get back and get roofer Dale in quickly so he can repair that leaky roof. Back at Chateau de Lalonde, most of Stephanie's guests have arrived for the singles event and are mingling on the lawn in front of the chapel.
Would you like some of this? We're ready to go. This is it. The first thing is happening. It's the picnic. and hopefully everyone will get on incredibly well and people will fall madly in love.
One of Stephanie's female guests, Charlie, missed her flight from London and is trying to get on another.
Come and sit down.
So in the meantime, Stephanie's sitting in to make up the numbers.
Youth, love and friendship. Cheers.
Stephanie's got a lot riding on this weekend. There's a long to-do list here, and she's got to bring in cash from events like this to pay for the next phase of renovations.
This is our woodshed, and it's quite a big space, and also the rooms on either side at the top and the bottom aren't used for anything at the moment. So we like to maybe knock through somehow and put a glass front on it, possibly have a very small concert hall or theatre. I know a lot of classical musicians, and it would be just so good to be able to have a proper concert hall here for that.
Back at the party, the singles have assembled in the driveway, ready for a cake baking competition. But it looks like there's a new addition. Charlie, who missed her flight this morning, has finally made it.
Hi, I'm Steph. I'm so glad you made it. I can't believe you made it. So lovely. This is so amazing. Charlie's here. It happened. We have girls and 2 more coming later. It's perfect. And she seems such fun.
Charlie's arrival means that everyone now has a partner for the baking competition.
Excellent.
Why is this so funny?
Stephanie's asked each team to bake a simple Victoria sponge.
The bake-off is hilarious. I think I want to bake off every day now. I'm loving it. I think the teams are bonding pretty well. I see quite a few sparks. We've got champagne. It's a lovely day. It's perfect. I'm happy.
Once the cakes are out...
It's absolutely beautiful.
And the decoration goes on...
Oh, look, you're all sorted.
Some more successfully than others.
Ta-da! It's going to be delicious.
It's time for Isabel and her partner Percy to judge the results.
I must congratulate you on the tidiness of your product. Taste?
Very good, I thought.
Great.
It is good. That's marmalade.
It's very romantic, and also you are an optimist. Well done. A sponge pudding.
No, it's not. It's actually got a name.
What you've got to remember is we had fun. We had real fun doing this.
And that is wonderful.
No.
We must say thank you very much to all of you. It has been extremely enlightening. I have learned a great deal about cake making, but I would suggest 1 or 2 of you perhaps should give up the idea of opening up a tea shop.
So, first place, gold, goes to Ménage à Trois.
Oh my God.
You have one to share between you for life. Meatless dishes for hay dieters. Congratulations. Well done.
Well done. There is great promise ahead of you.
As the sun begins to set at Chateau de Lalande, the guests re-emerge in time for the black tie dinner.
God!
Hi.
How are you? Good.
Nice to see you. Perfect. Come in, Oliver. We're all here now.
Only time will tell if this magical occasion is a scene for a budding new romance. At the Alexander's Chateau in Picardy, it's almost party time.
It's the morning of Tim's birthday, and we're trying to get the whole chateau ready for the party tonight. The party became a bit bigger than we anticipated because Tim kept inviting more and more people. So it's becoming quite a huge event, which is great. It's utter chaos, to be honest, but we're having fun. He's very excited because he had presents already and chocolate, and there's all these people here for him, so he's really happy and looking forward to it. What I'm doing now is just making something non-alcoholic for the few people that won't be having wine or bubbles or beer. It's like a watermelon water, and I'm going to make this and also lemon water and cucumber water.
Tim's busy in the chateau's other kitchen, making stuffing for the party's main event, the lamb spit roast.
This is a mixture and a half, this. We've got the livers and the kidneys, rosemary, thyme, lemon, bread, pepper, salt, onions and garlic, and it's going to fulfill its sheepy destiny.
Looking good to me. In fact, this dish was inspired by their visit to us.
Well, you know, we're doing the meshui, which is a lamb on a spit. When we were down at Digging Angels, they had a pig roaster, brilliant things, like a little pillar box thing with a door, and I was really going to try and build one of those before today. We decided in the end to get this thing here, which is very simple. It's a box, and you can slide it backwards and forwards, put the lamb on there. I've never done this before. It just looked great. So everyone's looking forward to it. About 60 people coming. There'll be music, and great. I've got this wonderful house. One of the nicest things of it is to have all your friends around and be able to put them up and be able to do this. And you feel very blessed that you've got the opportunity to do it. Yeah!
Well done.
Brilliant, man. That's perfect.
I can almost taste it myself. With a packed chateau of friends, the party's soon in full swing.
So I've got the meat. Meat's ready. Yeah! That used to be a sheep. It's not a guest that didn't pay, OK?
Seeing the chateau in full party mode has Tim and Marguerite feeling optimistic about their plans for holding weddings here.
This is what the wedding's going to be, a bit like this, I think. And everyone's sitting around having fun, enjoying themselves.
Really nice, relaxed atmosphere. Chateau at its best.
Chateau at its best, look.
It's been a life-changing season for Tim, Marguerite and their family. They started out with plans for a luxury caravan site.
I have to say, it's beaten me.
And battled bees to free their holiday homes for co-ownership.
There are a lot more bees than I thought there were.
But ended it with a bold plan to start a wedding business.
Fills us with a lot of optimism. For the first time, we're actually totally comfortable about what's in store for us next year, and I think we're going to be good at it.
You know what? I think they're going to do really well.
Well, thanks again, Dick and Angel, if you're listening. I mean...
Thank you.
Yeah, we're sort of, you know...
We're happy.
We are.
Over 600 miles south, it's a momentous day at Chateau Saint-Ferréol.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing? Okay.
Good to see you, yeah.
Good to see you too.
So, all ready?
All ready, yeah.
Dale the roofer has arrived to fix Sophie and James's leaky roof.
We've now actually got a little bit of a nest egg to do some really significant repairs to the roof. So that's great.
This should stop the leaks permanently. I'm most certainly looking forward to seeing it all done, yeah.
Dale will have his work cut out.
On my first visit, I counted a total of about 15 to 20 leaks. Done a map which will save us time once we're on the roof because you can't really see where the leaks are from the top. You can see them easier from underneath. So basically what we're going to do today is replace any tiles that are broken. These tiles are 200 to 300 years old and they're all made by hand. There are finger marks on them. Normally they'll put on the leg like that and wiped over like that and then put in the oven to cook. Roofing is a dangerous job, especially here. We've probably got an 8 to 10 metre drop, so we basically are very concentrated on what we do. And up we go. If we end up standing on the middle here, we'll break the tiles. We have to always walk on the nose of the tiles, which is this part here. The main leakages that we've got on the roof here is because the wind and the weight of the tiles makes them slide down. The reason why we're going to be using this glue is to stop them from sliding. And here we've got the underneath tile, which is the one that carries the most water, has slid down here. So any water that's going to be falling down here is basically just going to fall onto the woodwork here.
But they need to get a move on. With more wet weather due to arrive tonight, he hasn't got a lot of time.
The roof here is about 300 square metres and there's 2 of us to do that, so that's 150 square metres each. And it's going to be a big job, so we're going to have sore arms tonight.
300 miles north at Chateau de Lalonde, it's the morning after Stephanie's black tie singles night. The guests look tired but happy.
It's sunny and it's beautiful here. So beautiful. What a night.
Yeah, where's your bed for?
Tea, I need tea.
So, is there love in the air?
I think last night was extremely eventful, but I don't think it's for me to say anything. Last night was a success beyond my wildest dreams. It was really good. Everyone had such a good time. It was a nice atmosphere. It was a lovely crowd.
The night went so well, they didn't get around to the ice cream tasting. So Stephanie's decided to serve it up for brunch.
That is coffee. No.
Do you want any more clues? Think of crêpe Suzette.
Sanzano.
Nice.
No, but you're on the right line.
Cognac, maybe? Martini.
No. Okay, well, shall I just tell you what the...
Yeah.
It's Grand Marnier.
Oh, of course it is!
They're not very good at this. Next one.
It's cardamom.
Yes, yes. Whoa, impressive.
Well done. Having successfully pulled off her first singles event, brought in some much-needed renovation money, and possibly kick-started some new romances.
Love has definitely been found, but you need to ask them about it. What happens at Chateau de Lalande stays at Chateau de Lalande.
Stephanie's decided her singles parties are a winner.
This weekend's event really helps us because it helps us raise money for things like the concert hall, big projects that we want to do. So I think we'll look at doing this 2 or 3 times a year from now on.
She wants to make them even bigger.
We could go up to maybe 20 people at a time maximum, and I think it would work more often because it's a really fun thing to do, to fly out from London and then have a weekend somewhere completely away from your reality, meeting lots of fun people.
Good luck with it all, Stephanie, as Chateau owner and in your new role as Cupid.
It's been hilarious. I haven't stopped laughing the entire time. It's perfect.
Back at Chateau Somferiol, there's also reason to be happy. Dale has finished fixing Sophie and James's roof.
Right, that's it. Should be okay, yeah. Everything's fine. We found a few more leaks than we expected. I mean, what we've done today is going to be fine. It could keep up for another 3, 4 years, maybe 5. It'll hold up the winter, that's for sure.
James and Sophie couldn't be happier. They started out with a major problem, and they raised the funds to sort it out.
So we did well raising that money. It's been well spent.
Great, we're feeling waterproof. Doesn't matter if it rains for the next few months, we should be all right. It's not fun living in a place where there's water coming in through the roof and getting worse all the time, so that's pretty good.
When you get something really important done, it's a real buzz. And it's such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful spot.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, the highs are just living here. Living somewhere like this is fantastic. But it's just hard work to keep it like this.
And they've still got lots to do.
Eventually, we'd love to see this place fully restored, all of it being used. It would have various apartments, and that would expand the number of events we could do here as well. We think we're about halfway through. We've done about half the work that's necessary.
From one chateau owner to another, I understand your challenges and wish you all the best, James and Sophie.